Guys, SlowQB here, and today I'll be breaking down my 1442 average of 5. This is my personal best, and my previous one was a 1469. So I broke mine by about 0.27, which is a relatively close margin, but pretty far in cubing. So anyway, I'll be walking you through these scrambles. And yeah, so the first scramble is shown on screen here. U2, F2, D2, B, U2, F prime, D2, U2, R2, B prime, F prime, D, B2, L2, R, B prime, F, L prime, F prime, U prime. So that was my scramble, and I got pretty lucky on all of these solves, actually, to be fair. So I see this. So white green here. I pretty much only do white cross. So my white cross is pretty good this time. I do a Z2, and then I see that the orange piece can be solved relative to the blue. So I can do an F there. But I also notice that the green one, if I move that there, can be solved relative as well. So what I do, Z2 and a Y2. Actually, no, I do a Y prime, actually. So I do an R prime, U prime, R prime, F prime, because I see that can be solved relative. I do L, F2, R2, D prime. And that is my cross. And then I see this pair. Relatively easy. I solve that. And then solving into the front is not always the best. But I managed to make it work because I saw these two. So I did a U, L prime. Then I got really lucky in this pair. I rotated and I solved that into the back. And then I just saw these two and I'm like, okay, I can just solve that. Nice. Then I do a U2, F double sexy for the OLL. And then I do a U2, and then I get this PLL. So I do an RU R prime, R2 U prime. How you normally do the PLL. And then I AUF. So that was the first solve, and I got a 1437, which is not bad. For the second one, it's actually my best solve of the average, 11.25, which is a relatively good time for me. Obviously not as crazy as my PB, 6.19, but it's still a sub 12, which I have, which I get rarely. Okay. So this one is very easy as well. White green, Z2, and I'm like, okay, I have all my cross edges. I see that's already solved relative. I can just move that in. That's solved relative, and when I move this in, that's going to be solved. So I do an L, F2, B prime. B, and I do a D prime. So that's what happens. And then I see this really easy blue, red, white pair. I solve into the back. And then I see these two. So I do U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F. I see these two. So I do U prime, R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U. L, because I'm solving to the back now. L, U, L prime. Great. Okay. Then I do U prime. I do a sledgehammer to connect that, and I insert normally. And then I do this because I don't know the OLL, and then I do soon. Then I get an F perm. That solve wasn't the most efficient. I don't know how I got an 11.25 on this, but I think I remember since the cross was so easy, inspecting into about the first two pairs, and so the solve was relatively straightforward and executed at a what I consider a high TPS. The third one is a little slower, 14.15. and this is a scramble. And that's a scramble. So again, I get pretty lucky. I do. So I'm here. I do Z2. That I do. I see this is connected. See this is one move away. See that. And a lot of people would. I thought of doing that at first, but then I thought that would take 4 moves to solve properly. So I did an L prime, D, F prime, L2, U prime, R2. And that was my cross. Wasn't great, but I managed to see this pair over here. And I don't know why I didn't see this one first, but I saw this one, and I did F prime, U, F prime, no, F, U, F prime, U2, L, U prime, L. Oh, wait, sorry, I did a U2, sorry. Then I inserted into that. Then I get a free pair, which is why I got it, and I insert into the back. I rotate, and then I take this out of the slot like that, do F prime, U prime, F, and I insert, then I finally get that case. Then I do that to orient all edges, triple sexy, and then I get this OLL, so I do R prime, U2, R, U2, R, and then no AUF, which is pretty amazing. The next one I get is a 14.74, which is one of the slow ones on the average. And so this one's relatively easy. So I do a Z2, and I can spot, and then do a whatever this is called, Y prime, and then I see that this can be solved. This is solved correctly. This can be solved correctly if I do a D, and when I insert it, that's there. So I do that. I execute it like that. So I see that's correctly solved. So I keep track of that. And then I just do a D prime, F2, D2, R2, not R2, sorry. And then I rotate, do that, see that pair, take it out, solve. And then I do that, I can see this two. So I insert, I see these two right there, and I'm keeping track of these right now, so I insert, and I see I get this case. And I get a .OLO. So that's why this is one of the slow ones of the average. And then I see this. I see that I can get a easy PLL skip by just doing like that. And then I get a 40.75. And a reason why I'm getting slightly better times now, I realized I'm about sub 19, and I realized I've been getting about sub 17 to 18 times. Is because I've stopped focusing on TPS as much, and what I consider high TPS is about 7 to 8. Now I'm doing about 5 to 6 because helps even out my solve, and I know what I'm doing next. And it turns out that these times are about 4 seconds to 5 or 3 faster, which is better. So last solve of the average, which is sadly the slowest one, is this one. So R2, F2, U2, R2, B2, D2, R, D2, L prime, B2, F2, R, B, L, D prime, B prime, L, U prime, B, F prime, U2. Okay, I see this, and I can do a X2. I do F prime, R prime, and then I see these two are correct. This one's solved, and I do a G prime, L, D prime, F, D. Then I see this correct pair. For some reason it's here. It's just annoying. I take it out, solve it in, I do a U2 R U prime R prime to connect these two, and then I start tracking these two. So I do that, I see that, solve that straight, U2 L prime UL, rotate, and then I do a U prime R U2 R prime U R U prime R prime, and I get EO. This is the one of the better solves in the average. I think I just executed it at a really slow TPS, about 3 to 4. So I do a U prime, see the OLL, execute the OLL, and I end up with a pretty easy PLL, which is a Y perm. I do a U, and I execute the Y perm, and do a U prime. So that is my average, my PB average. The solves are not amazing. I reckon I was averaging about 4 to 5 to 6 if I'm brave TPS on all of these solves because I had a pretty high move count, but I'm glad that I did this average. I broke my PB. Thanks everyone for watching. As always, if you have any comments, like, subscribe, and most importantly, tell me what I could have done better in my solves. Not including TPS though, because I'm trying to get down my TPS. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.